Hey, what's up YouTube? It's DirtyMobs, and you may notice I sometimes build Black Cleaver, and I sometimes build Trinity Force. Well, in this video, I'm going to break down why I do this. So, if you want more content like this, make sure to subscribe and ring the bell. Now, that I've 1v2'd them, let's get into it. Now, the reason we build these two items anyways is for Phage, because of the movement speed, and 20% CDR on both items. Here you're going to see I damage the spirit to get 20 movement speed from the rage passive, and when it dies, I get 60 movement speed. So I'm able to kite him to stall more for my abilities, kill him. Now I'm really low health. I need all the healing and damage I can get. Luckily, 20% CDR means I have my abilities up sooner, more damage output, more healing, more killing. Now, as we kill this spirit, we're going to get 60 movement speed, and she's going to be slowed. That lets us easily catch up to her. Now, in this clip, Vel'Koz helps out, but you get the idea. Now, I already spoke about how both items give rage passive for movement speed and 20% CDR, so we won't go into that. But let's look at what each item does give. Black Cleaver gives 400 health, 40 attack damage, the armor shred from our abilities landing, which do transfer when we attack the spirit, and 733 gold cheaper. So, Black Cleaver is really good versus champions that build a lot of armor, tanks, or AoE fights. So, any team fight we go versus that really group up tightly, we'd want Black Cleaver. Trinity Force, however, gives less health, less attack damage, only 25 attack damage, 40% attack speed, which most people say is wasted, but it's really not. You have a better time auto attack and then Wing for the auto attack cancel, and your W animation speeds up the higher your attack speed. You also have 5% movement speed, 250 mana, and Spellblade. Spellblade is the focus fire damage, and it combos nicely with our W, and it scales with your base attack damage, which Illaoi has the highest at level 18 in the game. Now, Trinity Force is better when we need to chase down a target or when we want to focus fire our damage. Now, let's see how these items interact in a team fight in a very practical way, and we'll start with Black Cleaver. You should always prioritize your lane matchup first and foremost, but once you get outside of your lane matchup, you should look at the team composition, the enemy team composition. If they have 3 or more melee, my general rule of thumb is to build Black Cleaver, and I'll explain why. Now, as we saw in the breakdown, Black Cleaver gives more AD, which means more ability damage, gives more health, so I survive a little bit longer when I'm being focused down, and the armor shred. The armor shred is great in AoE situations because it means every tentacle slam, every ability that lands, stacks it up that much quicker. So let's take a look here. We have 3 melees. A Nautilus support coming in with his Silas Jungle to gank me in the Riven lane. Now, all I have to do here is E-ult, and we're going to have a great area with tons of tentacles, all slapping targets, all hitting multiple targets. This is really simple. I don't need to really chase anyone. They've all come to me. This is a situation where I clearly want Black Cleaver. Now, let's look at a clip of this in action. Here I'm versus 4 melee and a Kai'Sa ADC. So she's even short range. Watch how all of my tentacles are constantly slapping multiple targets. And if they want to fight me, they have to run back into my area. So this is a situation where I definitely want Black Cleaver. And on the other end, if the enemy team has 3 or more ranged champions, I typically will end up building Trinity Force. Now I'm going to walk through why I like to build Trinity Force versus ranged champions. So Trinity Force gives us targeted damage through Spellblade, and we get 5% move speed. And this comes in handy versus ranged champions because they always keep auto-spacing their distance, right? If I run at Janna, she's going to run away. So there's going to be this difference between us. And that makes it really hard because she can damage me. I can't damage them. But let's say I do hit E on Janna. I kill it and I decide I'm going to chase her. So I start chasing her and she's going to be slowed. But I should be able to catch up to her. Well, you still have Caitlyn and Rise, and they're going to move away as I move forward. Let's say I even want to flash ult. So I flash ult into the middle of them. Well, Rise is likely just to run up here. Caitlyn's likely to keep kiting. Jaina might run through this corner. You see the problem. I'm not going to get a ton of AoE slams. They're all running out of the AoE area that I've created. They're spreading out. And it's just not a situation where AoE comes in handy. I need to have speed to kill one at a time. And I also need Spellblade so I can focus fire this Jaina, get her killed, and then look at the other targets. That's why I like to run Trinity Force versus these ranged champions. Here I'm going to show you a situation where this plays out. I'm going to get aggravated watching this clip. I mean, look, it starts off, I'm a mile away from Vayne. Don't bother. I'm going to E-ult this. Notice the ult during the tornado to avoid the knockup. And I'm chasing again. This whole clip is just me chasing and running away and running too. Movement is so vital here, and targeted damage. That's why I'm able to pull this play off. Trinity Force. Now to quickly recap, more melee, Black Cleaver, more ranged champions, Trinity Force. These are guidelines though. Please do not comment that I did not follow it 100%. I vary my build and runes according to each individual game. So there's a lot that's going on. There's a lot of variables in League of Legends. To play at a challenger level, you need to understand when to flex certain runes and items to maximize your ability to win. However, these should be good until you're at least Masters Plus. And once you're to Masters Plus, you probably understand enough to vary according to how you play and what you're comfortable with. Now, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and ring the little bell if you don't mind, if you want more Illaoi content. It's been DirtyMobs, and I'll see you next time.